Hello, everyone. Welcome to Aussie's Take on Everything, episode 4. I'm K-Dog.
And I'm Jay.
And what are we going to talk about today, Jay? And that
First things first, we're back.
Yes.
It's been a while. It feels like it's been a while since 3 to 4.
Yeah, it seems like 3 weeks.
Has it been 3 weeks?
Yeah, I don't know. It may have been.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. Do you have a fact of the week?
No, I don't actually have a random fact of the week this week. Sorry.
Why don't you have a random fact?
I didn't even think about it. I completely forgot about looking up a random fact. I know we wanted to... Okay, for everyone listening, we actually wanted to start this as a running segment, a random fact each week. Last time, well, granted it's a fortnight, whatever. Last time was Roald Dahl was a spy, but I completely forgot about actually doing any research and looking up any random facts, so I don't actually have anything for it this week.
Random fact this week can be you are an idiot and a loser for not doing the thing that you said you're going to do. So it's been less than 2 minutes and we already look like non-professional podcasters.
Oh, we are non-professional podcasters. That's what you're talking about.
It's the way I like it.
Mm-hmm. So there's one thing I do want to talk about. Gargano and Cole at NXT Takeover. Oh my God, that has to be match of the year.
Oh, definitely. 100%
that has to be match of the year. I mean,
100%.
If that's not, like, at least in contendership at the moment in time, I have no idea what's going on.
I guarantee it's match of the year. Still have a few things left, though. There's still another NXT Takeover in November.
Mm-hmm.
There's NXT Takeover UK in end of August.
Mm-hmm.
There's still Survivor Series and a few other main roster pay-per-views to come.
Yep.
But no, I don't think anything's going to touch it.
Mm-hmm. No, at this moment in time, I mean, NXT Takeover was again, as always, a bloody brilliant show.
Yeah, it was.
It was the triple threat between Velveteen Dream, the King of Backbreakers, because I've forgotten his name.
Roderick Strong.
Yeah, and the Bruiserweight was great. I mean, just the elbow drop at the end, just a great ending to that match.
Yeah, that match was solid. Everything on the card was solid. The Mia Yim Shayna Baszler one was probably the weakest match.
It probably was. I mean, I think the crowd was starting to get a little tired at that point, and when you take the crowd out of a match, when you're watching it anyway, it changes the environment of the match. So it's. I'm sure it was, from what I remember of that match, it was a good match. I think the crowd was out of it at that point.
Yeah, well, that's it. I think it was on any other night, that match would have been a good match, but it was a good match surrounded by great ones.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It made it just sink down even further.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Mia Yim's ready for that spot yet.
No, I don't think so.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't feel like she was a credible threat with the title going in. So.
I mean, what you told me, the next contender for Shayna, oh my God, that is going to be brutal.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert here that NXT takeover, NXT taping. Sorry, I should say. Shayna Baszler is in the ring, and good old Rhea Ripley from NXT UK came out to interrupt her. So looks like that she could be the next contender. It might not be on Takeover though. She might have a title match just on NXT.
That is true.
She could also have a title match on NXT Takeover UK.
Yeah, Aussies represent, man. We need Rhea to win the women's championship in NXT. So that way we've got Rhea Ripley as one champion and Toni Storm as the women's champion in NXT UK.
Yeah, that's it.
Brilliant. Aussie.
Oi. We've got Murphy. He's pretty much thrown into the main event scene.
Oh my! He's been thrown into that big storyline with Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. That is just fantastic. The match he had against Roman Reigns on SmackDown was awesome. Yeah, I mean, probably Roman's best match in a long time.
Yeah. Well, as of recording this, SmackDown is on tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know about how good the match Bryan and Murphy had.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be good, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting to see where they go with Murphy if they're gonna change him to face. Because after the match with Roman kind of did the whole nod thing, like you put up a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he's feuding with Bryan and Rowan, I wonder if they're going to kind of turn him face. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
We've had a big week of wrestling.
Oh, Jesus.
We had Takeover.
Not wrong.
We had SummerSlam, and we had Raw and then SmackDown. So SummerSlam, it was a good show.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed SummerSlam. It was pretty long, but it was a good show.
It was a good show.
Wasn't really anything really that bad. There was things obviously better than others. I think the Lesnar-Seth Rollins match was insanely good.
The psychology that Lesnar has
that
never gets pointed out by a lot of people at all is fantastic.
He just gets it. He knows how to, like... If you go back and look at Survivor Series from a couple of years ago, just the last few years, when he fought Bryan and when he fought Styles, it's almost exactly the same. He dominates the start, then they have a comeback. It looks like he's going to lose, and then he wins. That's his thing that he does. But he makes everyone look good.
He does.
No one's had a match with Brock, and in that kind of formula where they do the comeback and almost beat him and look bad. Everyone looks good every time. And,
agreed.
It's mad. It's mad that he could do that, but people don't kind of point it out.
No,
he's good at it. Like he's not just good in the ring. His psychology is like second to none.
Yeah, it is.
He knows what he's doing and how to do it.
Yep. And I'm sure there's a lot of people saying, what the hell are you two talking about? You don't know nothing about professional wrestling. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up.
Yeah.
Go back on Twitter, bitch.
Yeah, that's where you belong. In the edgelord concentration camps.
Yeah, goddamn. Twitter, man, is the place where people bitch, moan, and complain about professional wrestling.
Take the wrestling part out.
And that they just watch it each week, and there's going to be this one little thing, little thing. It was just a little thing that just annoys them. It's like, what are you doing?
That's what they do. They watch like a wrestling show to complain. They're looking for things to complain about. That's all they do.
It's like they're just searching for and reaching for just. I want to bitch about something. Oh, wrestling. Oh, there we go. I don't know. Sometimes I look. I get it being a critic of professional wrestling. Essentially, we've done it multiple times.
Yeah,
but it just seems to be really just little things, small little things, and it's like, yeah, I get that, but here's why you're wrong. But granted, I'd kind of leave it. I'm like, I'm going off Twitter now.
Yeah, you just pay no attention to it at all.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
No, it's not.
It's not worth it.
It's not at all.
But no, SummerSlam was a good show. And Brock and Seth delivered.
As always.
As
always. Then Sasha Banks returned.
Yes, Sasha Banks returned.
Yeah, a lot of people on the internet didn't like that she returned because they hate Sasha for whatever reason. Yeah,
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people that do not like Sasha. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Like now, I get it because she's a heel. But before,
they just didn't like.
I will say this though: that the wig.
The wig.
It was so obvious.
Yeah, it was kind of obvious. It was a wig. Like her hairline is not that far down. She's got
exactly.
Her hairline goes way back.
Yeah, exactly.
So like when she came out, I was like, "The hair looks odd." You called it. You were sitting right next to me when you watched it, and you called it. You said that hairline looks weird.
Yeah, that hair looks weird. There's something weird about it. I don't know what it is, but there's something with it.
Is that as far as I can remember? That's only the second time that someone's done that. That's her and Kane have pulled off a wig.
Yeah,
I don't remember it being any other time.
Any other time it'd be like a mask.
Yeah, but Kane did the wig.
And Kane done both, a wig and a mask.
In that match when Kane was wearing that wig, I thought that hair looked weird. It was like really frizzy and fluffy.
I remember you pointing that out. That was back in 2004, 2003?
Yeah. Yeah, 2003.
Yeah, you pointed it out to me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then he took it off, and I'm like, oh.
Yep, that's a bald cane. But that's a bald cane. But the direction that they're going with Sasha's good, I think. It's good to have her back as a heel.
Yeah, well, like, with us two, like, I haven't really watched as much NXT as you have. and you've seen Sasha as a heel on NXT, so you have more to know what she's like as a heel. So this is like a completely new area for me, realistically.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a new area for me because she wasn't this savage and sadistic back then. But yeah, her as a heel is her best stuff. And I understand people saying she's boring, she's stale. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, as a face, she got boring and stale. But I think this is what she's doing now is going to be her best stuff that she's ever done, and it's going to bring Becky up because Becky, in my opinion, has been going down recently.
Yeah, it's stagnated.
Yeah, it did. It's because she's got no one to rebel against.
And
she's just the man, but she's not doing anything that she used to do. All that stuff that when she became the man and started doing that stuff and rebelling against everyone, doing stuff, that was cool and it really suited her and everyone got behind it. People are starting to slowly drop off on it because,
it worked with who she was against because it was Ronda, and then it was Charlotte, who the machine of the WWE is behind all the time with Charlotte. So it made sense between them two, but then it went to
Lacey.
Lacey Evans, and it's like,
I think
okay.
I think the Lacey stuff really kind of killed off the man stuff.
Yeah, it kind of did.
And I also think her teaming with Seth kind of did it too.
Yeah, well, I don't know. A lot of people did say it was cringy. I don't know. I didn't see it as much. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I'm not sure.
It was a little bit cringy because it was against of what Becky Lynch's character was leading up to that moment.
Yeah, true. I can kind of see that.
But yeah, so it's good I think that's going to be bringing Becky back up into the getting the man thing going again. Because it did start to die off a bit.
Yeah.
But Sasha on Raw tonight.
Yes.
A savage
heel.
A savage heel. I like the whole tell you dad. I said hi.
Jesus. It's like, oh my god.
Our reaction was exactly that.
People will go on Twitter, and spread it, and keep on spreading it, and that's what they wanted. They want people to talk about it. So that's exactly. They've done what was necessary, basically.
That's it. So this week's Raw was Vince wasn't there, from what I hear, and
Triple H is like, time to play.
Time to play the game. It was run by Paul Heyman and Triple H, and
of course Dunn
was there as well, yeah. But Vince McMahon was not there. So this week's Raw was good, though. It had a different feel to it.
It did have a different feel to it. Oh, my God. It had a different feel to it. Okay. I was going to plan a segment this week, which was stuff that you will never see on Raw. Stuff that you won't see on WWE television anymore, like in comparison to what you see back in the day.
Yeah.
I can't do that now because some of the stuff that they did tonight on Raw was very similar to some of the stuff that they did years ago that was controversial. It's like,
saying a dead person is in hell. That's been done before, but not often.
Yeah, not often. It hasn't been done since back in 2004.
Yeah, 2004.
Yeah.
I think so.
But yeah, it's like that type of stuff.
And then going to the revival, breaking Xavier Woods' leg. That stuff wouldn't be on TV.
No, that would not be on WWE television. And even the Fiend, that was creepy. That was something from a horror movie.
It was, wasn't it?
It's just it's like, okay, we knew he was going to be behind Jerry the King Lawler, but it's still the whole dude slowly showed up behind the King, what?
But speaking of the Fiend, I did hear that Vince McMahon has been lobbying to make the Fiend more child friendly. I know, because he's been getting a lot of complaints from, I don't know who from, groups, mother groups and stuff, saying that with a PG-13 rating, having a Fiend is too scary for their kids.
Really?
Yeah. So, but Vince has been thinking, at least thinking about. I don't know if he's been lobbying. I don't know if that's the right word, but he's been at least thinking about it, and he has brought it up in a board meeting. So let's hope that he doesn't, because the Fiend is probably one of the best things I've got going right now.
Yeah.
And
that would definitely stifle creativity if there's we can't do this. Well, what about this? No, can't do that.
Yeah, I said to you before, it's gonna if they do that, it's gonna be like the Undertaker in the early 90s with the whole purple boots and stuff. It's going to be like kind of kid friendly but scary. I don't know how I'd do it with the Fiend.
Yeah, I don't know how you would do it with the Fiend.
I don't know, but they would figure out a way.
Yeah, of course.
Probably wouldn't attack people from behind, and probably wouldn't do the whole lights thing on the face. They'd very just go to the ring and wrestle and then leave, kind of thing. Like, yeah, I know, boring stuff.
Come on, have some creativity. That's what this Fiend character is.
Yeah.
It's Bray given a chance to express his creativity, and it's just been really good.
Yeah, it has been.
It's been brilliant, especially the those little kid show segments that he's done, and the twist between that and into the Fiend has just been phenomenal.
It has been. Yeah, if you go to YouTube and go to WWE's YouTube channel, they actually have uploaded a every Firefly Funhouse ever video.
Oh, really?
It's like a 40-minute video, and you can just sit there and watch the whole thing from start to finish. It's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I did watch it.
Yeah.
I did rewatch it. So
yeah.
One thing I did notice though, I know why, but I just didn't notice it when I watched it on Raw and SmackDown. But when after the Fiend debuted and he attacked Finn, the Firefly Funhouse set changed.
Yeah.
The location, there was no windows on the wall anymore. The paintings were moved. It's a completely different set. And I understand it because they're not in that same place. They were filming it. But the set changed, and you can tell. If you go back and look at it and kind of watch those ones, you can see that it's completely different.
It's those little nods, those little things you don't really notice. It's kind of brilliant. Can't think of the term right now, but they do it in movies all the time. Like they change the set, like what's in the set, and little like Easter eggs, I guess you would say, to kind of convey tone.
Yeah.
So it's probably that's what, again, Bray expressing his creativity and the creative process.
Yeah. If you go back and watch them, you'll notice it, because if you watch them all in a row, you'll notice the set change. Set changed. I didn't even realize it when I watched it the first time.
Yeah.
So that's good. But yeah, it's just a lot of good things going in there at the moment. It's just like something changed, and I don't know what it was. Something changed backstage, and I think it was the ratings, possibly, because the ratings were bad at the start of the year, and they changed the whole. You guys are going to choose what kind of goes on, and take a step back, which they didn't do. And then it dwindled even worse.
Yeah. And
then they went, right, that's it, we're making a change. And then they had added Paul Heyman to Raw and Eric Bischoff to SmackDown. And I think that's when it changed. I don't know.
Yeah. I remember hearing rumours of say. Oh, sorry.
You're right. I was going to say, I don't know if Vince is going to have much say on what goes on, or if it's like complete. He's just given them the reins. He's just kind of there to oversee. I don't know. I don't know what the level of Vince backstage is. It's
very hard to say, but I do remember hearing rumours that they were going to be edgier. They were still going to be what they are, but they were going to be a little bit edgier. And when watching Raw tonight, I can see that.
Yeah. Because I heard that too, and I thought, okay. And then I watched Raw, and it was exactly the same. It wasn't anything different. And then I was like, maybe not. But I think it's taken time. It's just like gradually.
But then again, it could be, Vince is not here. Let's get up to some fun.
Maybe.
Who knows? Possibly, but I still reckon that it's more along the lines of, they're going to go with an edgier approach, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
You got to have, honestly, when it comes to a wrestling show, you kind of got to have a broad spectrum with what you can do and what you can and can't do, because you're essentially your show is from anywhere from the ages of 5 to 85.
Nah, man.
No,
5 to 100.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
You can't cut it off at 85.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a cutoff, because usually, the age demographics are 35 to 50 and this and that. It's like, whatever. It's a broad spectrum that they've got to really try and entertain.
Yeah.
So that's why you've got to have, different characters and all that kind of stuff.
No, I think they're really kind of nailing it at the moment. And people can complain as much as they want, but
I can't wait till SmackDown. What's Daniel
Yeah.
Bryan going to say when it comes to who attacked Roman Reigns?
Yes.
Mm.
Actually, I'm kind of been thinking about that. Just like not even. It's a good story. It's a
It
good story.
is.
I've been thinking about it, not even thinking about it. If it makes sense, like it's just in
Mm-hmm.
the back of my mind. I mean, it's like I wonder who actually did do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wonder where they're going to go with it. Like it's not. It's not Murphy. It could be Murphy.
It could be Murphy.
Brian could say it was him the whole
Mm-hmm.
time, but I just don't think so. I think it's going to have more of a twist or a shock.
Yeah.
But are they going to reveal it now? Brian said he knows who did it.
Mm-hmm.
Are they actually going to reveal it this early? Are they going to stretch it out? Maybe it could end up being Roman's WrestleMania match,
Mm-hmm. It could very well be.
and they're going to stretch it out that far. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. But if Brian's saying he knows who did it, and he's going to reveal it this week, then surely he's going to reveal it, and it's not going to be that person.
Oh god, wouldn't it be fun if he brought out Rikishi? I did it.
I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people.
Oh dear.
One thing I was thinking about, it could be The Rock.
Mm-hmm. It could be. I've heard some people throw the Rock's name up as the one who actually did it.
Because if it's a bit weird, it might be a bit out there, but if you think about it, if it takes long enough to get to Mania, it could be a big match for Roman to have. Rock comes in as a heel.
Yeah, I just don't know because I mean, recently The Rock has said that he's basically done. He's retired completely.
Yeah, but
he said that before.
He does though. That's what he does.
Yeah.
When he knows he's coming back, he says, "I'm done," so everyone doesn't think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what he does. He's done it before.
Mm-hmm.
He's done, I'm done, and then he comes back. So I wouldn't be surprised. But if not him, if not The Rock or someone like that for Mania, then who?
Mm.
Like who's going to be big enough for them to be pushing this storyline on Raw and SmackDown? For them to reveal who it was and not be like, oh, he's settled. Like who's it going to be? Like I honestly can't think of who it could be.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I actually literally have no idea.
I'm not sure.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's like the bloody Austin getting run over. It is really, really like that because you just no idea who it is.
Yeah,
I mean, when they did it, it was Rikishi.
Yeah,
I mean Rikishi of all people. He was he was dancing around with Too Cool at the time.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It could be literally anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It could be New Day.
Could be New Day.
It could actually be New Day because like Kofi's getting worried that Roman's winning all these matches and stuff, and maybe he's going to get a title match soon. He knows he couldn't beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the New Day did it.
It could be the New Day.
Mm.
You wouldn't think of it, you know.
To be fair, every time he's been attacked, New Day have been on that show.
True.
When he got attacked on Raw, New Day was on that show.
Mm-hmm.
So they were there.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's a possibility. That would be a shock, though, wouldn't it?
It would be a shock. And I mean, like they always said, anything can happen in the World Wrestling Entertainment.
I've never heard them say that.
No,
I've heard them say Federation.
Yeah, well, I'm saying entertainment because I don't want to seem really old.
That's how old your quote is. That's how old your quote is.
I know.
It's not even anything can happen in a time machine. That's how far back you've gone. You've gone back far.
I just remember that bloody on the old SmackDown games.
Mm-hmm.
The excitable JR.
Mm-hmm. I remember that too, actually. But speaking of games, 2K20 coming up very, very, very soon.
Yes, that should be good.
October 22nd.
Mm-hmm. The Fiend as part of the this little thing that they're doing, this new thing. Yeah. I'm not sure what it's called.
The Originals.
That's it.
Originals.
Yeah, that's it.
People aren't liking it.
Really?
Yeah, they're not liking it. People are saying, like, you know, the DLC packs are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't get an NXT, pack. You won't get a Legends pack like you used to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they're thinking that all we're going to get as DLC is like stupid versions of someone. Like people are saying, like, we're going to have the December one's going to be a Christmas themed one, and Braun's going to be Santa Claus, that kind of stuff. It's like, well, not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
The first one they're doing is because it's different.
Yeah,
but we are getting the Fiend out of it, and the Fiend is an actual like a thing from TV, not just some stupid spin-off thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we still could get an NXT themed one. We could
Yeah,
get one
could
like
do.
that. Yeah, we could get one like that. You could get a War Games one.
Mm-hmm.
Or you maybe not get the match type, you might get the arena or something like that, and you might get some NXT people.
Honestly, when it comes to it, wait and see. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, see how it goes. But I think it's quite fun. It looks quite fun actually because it gives you something different to do. You don't have to do it straight away. And like I'm still playing 2K19, and like I'm still playing it now. And but like if it adds stuff for me to play, then if I go in there and play my career and then play universe mode, don't even touch the originals content for a while, and then get onto the originals later on, just makes my game last longer.
Yeah.
Small things to do because it comes with like showcase. It adds a chapter to showcase, so it's a new thing. So it's got a little mini story, but it adds towers as well. So that's kind of cool. Just adds content, and you can't complain about that.
No, it should be good.
Adding content because normally with the DLC packs, all they do is they add
a wrestler,
a wrestler,
moves,
and some moves. That's it. maybe an arena or two, but that's usually it.
Usually
this one gives you created superstar parts.
I will say though, with the 2K games, sometimes they just put things in. It's like I remember. I think what was it? What was it called? What was that pay-per-view that we was making fun of for a bit?
Great Balls of Fire.
It was Great Balls of Fire because that wasn't originally on the game.
No, it wasn't.
And then all of a sudden, the arena was there. I was like, huh? What?
Yeah, because they updated. They had an update and they just put it in. So can't complain about that.
No, exactly.
Free updates. I think that's what they should do. Especially now that the pay-per-views don't actually have a different set. Every set's the damn same. That it wouldn't be hard for them to add in.
Yeah, I think that's something we've got to talk about one time because I know how much you love the fucking sets.
I love sets.
Well,
we don't have to talk about it one time. Let's talk about it now.
No, we can talk about it now, but I want to bring up something that I recently brought up. I can't remember if it was last episode or the episode before, but the Nintendo Switch, the new one, it's more of a revision / update. Apparently, it is out now, and Nintendo didn't make a big hubbubaloo about it.
Really?
It's
apparently it's out in November.
Well, that's what I thought too, but no, apparently it's already being distributed. I'm not sure what they've what the update's called, if it's like 1 point whatever, but from what I understand, the white box is the older model, and the red box is the newer model.
Okay.
So if you're out there looking for the Nintendo Switch, look for the red one, the red box, because that one will be the one with the extra battery. You can have an extra battery life.
But aren't they releasing also like like pretty much what you'd call an S version, a slimline version?
Is that the handheld only, or?
Yeah.
Yes, they are releasing that as well. But I think that's
later in the year. I think
that's going to be later in the year.
I think that's where I got confused with the dates. Then I thought it was in November, but I think the handheld only is November. And then so there's a new model. It's pretty much just an upgraded version. It's got better battery life. What else
better battery life. It's basically just a better battery life, from what I understand.
Okay, it's not
because they haven't. From what I understand, they haven't done anything to the battery. They've done something else, and I can't quite recall what it was. But it was whatever they did gave the battery, extended battery life from 6.5 hours or whatever it was to 9 hours.
Yeah, well,
which is a pretty good update. I mean, realistically, when you think about it, that is pretty good. An extra 3 hours.
Yeah, if you don't have a Switch, then definitely I'd go for that one. Yeah.
And I'll probably look into that soon. And I'll go down to EB Games and see if they've got it. And I'll be like, I want the red one. I want the red box. The red box.
Red box, please.
Red box.
Well, yeah, that's good. That's good.
But no, back to the sets in WWE. I remember back in 2000, nearly every single pay-per-view was different.
It always has been. I don't even think we can say even back in 2000. Like, I don't remember a time when they had the same set every show. Like, I don't remember a time.
I do remember when SummerSlam 2000 and SummerSlam 2001 looked basically the same, but from pay-per-view to pay-per-view, They look
Yeah.
completely different. Remember the swinging things on Backlash?
I love those.
Uh-huh.
I actually love those things.
Mhm.
They're so cool.
I remember when I think Jeff was in like in a hardcore match and he swung off one of them.
Yeah, he's like a swing. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand it logistically,
Mhm.
like making sets, but at the same time, like, surely it doesn't cost that much. You just reuse parts.
Yeah, but they also got rid of pyro, and I'm not sure how much they cost either. And
But the thing is,
only special events now.
The thing is, I remember. I want to say it was like maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
They said they're getting rid of pyro because they couldn't afford it. They're cutting
Mhm.
costs. It lasted a year, and then it came back again. Like, it wasn't a big deal. But then
Okay.
it happened last year. Was it last year? Or was it the year before? I think it was last year, and they haven't had it since. They only have it on big events.
When did we go to that pay-per-view?
Super Showdown last year.
It was last year then.
Yeah. It was early in the year though.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we went there, we were surprised that they had pyro.
Mm-hmm.
But we were also surprised that Undertaker had pyro for his
and even the show at the start had pyro, and we were like, "Oh, there's pyro over there," not realizing once you watch it back, there was pyro right behind us.
Yeah, we didn't even realize it was like pyro, like literally above our heads.
Yeah.
If you watch the event back on WWE Network or wherever you want to watch it, if you look, we were sitting just below this massive Titantron screen that was behind, like directly opposite the entranceway.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone's out there watching that, wants to rewatch it, we'll sit directly underneath that. And there's actually a shot. There's actually one camera shot during the Murphy Alexander Cruiserweight title match.
Mm-hmm.
Where the camera came from, the camera sat right next to you.
Oh God, that thing! I was so worried that I was going to bump into it, so I'm kind of glad I didn't walk that way.
So pretty much
screwed up the shot.
There was like the seats, and there was
camera by itself, no cameraman or anything.
Yeah, it's K-Dog, and then the seat next to him was taken by a camera and a tripod. Yeah. And there was no one there. It just took this massive camera, and it was like a stationary one. But if you watch that Cruiserweight title match, you can see a shot from that camera, and it's right next to you. So that's pretty mad to me.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if you're watching the event, we're behind this massive screen that's directly opposite the entranceway. So you've got the entranceway, the ring, and then we're on the other side, going. So if you watch it, then you can see it. So that's pretty cool to go to that. Actually, that's pretty sick, and I'm devastated they didn't do another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When they announced that they're only coming down here to do like live shows, I was like,
I don't know. I was bummed.
I was really, really bummed about that. I was
like, oh man.
I
was like, oh man.
74,000, and you don't come back.
Yeah, you don't come back. Did you not get enough money? What's the deal?
I know what's the deal. Maybe they didn't like it. Maybe
it was that. But I think you said it one time too. It's like people didn't want to wake up too early or late or whatever it was to watch the show.
Yeah.
Damn you Americans! Come on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know how early we used to wake up to watch pay-per-views?
Yeah, I still do. SummerSlam started here at 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm. It's like, come on. We used to do it all the time. And before that, we'd be up even earlier and have set up the room and everything.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah, when we used to have the bigger gatherings and stuff, we did the shit together and that. And just, yeah. But it's probably that. Like, I don't think it got many live views. I think a lot of people watched it after the fact.
Yeah, I think that might have been like something that played into it. Not many people watched it live. Okay, we might not do a pay-per-view there because we're not getting, I don't know, viewers at the time that it went live.
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact number, but I'm pretty sure that Super Showdown last year in Australia actually was, I think, their 5th highest.
Yeah, it's one of their highest, man. It's one of their highest
attendance,
ever.
And it beat out like many WrestleManias.
Mm-hmm.
That arena was packed.
Oh, it was packed.
I'm telling you, man. Like,
and we were in the nosebleeds, man. We were in the nosebleeds.
We were like almost the
Oh
highest.
God, the pie guy. The pie guy.
So if you weren't, I don't know if it shows it on the network. I think it does. It shows him.
It shows him like getting the front seats.
Yeah,
the front row seats.
In the front row seats.
Yeah.
But there was a background story to this. The story. So when they had this, they had like an hour till the show started. They were saying, if you buy a pie, and that's what brand was it?
4 and 20.
4 and 20.
It's always 4 and 20 at any of those grounds.
Yeah, you're right. You buy a pie, and if the camera goes around and you wave your pie around, then you can win front row seats. So people were doing it, and it was on the big screen and stuff. People were doing it. Anyway, there was this one guy that was going absolutely hyper with his pie. He's absolutely mental. And every time it went on him and it showed him on the big screen, everyone cheered for him.
He got the big pop.
He got the big pop. Like I think he actually got a bigger pop than some of the superstars got. He got a massive pop. Anyway,
he almost got as big as a pop as fucking Murphy did.
He almost did. Towards the end, he did. It got bigger and bigger. Every time they showed him, the pop got louder and louder. But it got to the point where they were showing anyone else and they got booed.
Oh, wasn't that the little kids that got booed?
Those little kids that got booed by like 70,000 people. Like, it was like literally.
I felt bad in some ways. I'm like, no.
We don't want them to win. We want this pie guy to win. We call him the pie guy. It's the pie guy. Every time I went to him, he took his shirt off too, didn't he?
I think he did, and he had a pie in his mouth. He had two pies, and he was just head banging and shaking the pies in his hands at the same time. It was like, oh my god!
Yeah, he was going
let this guy win. He's just entertained us for like a couple minutes. Come on,
give
him the front row seats.
We sat there for an hour.
Yeah.
Everyone thought there was going to be like some kind of pre-show.
Mm-hmm. No.
And the reason why everyone thought it was because on the ticket it said the show starts at, I think, what time the show starts? I don't know. So say 7:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
It said pre-show from 6:30 on the actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like it said they'll advertise for a pre-show. So everyone went for the pre-show, just thinking, man, if I'm paying, to go to this event, we're going to get every little bit out of it. And there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't even ads. There was nothing. It was just like an empty, like a blank screen.
Mm-hmm. It was.
And they eventually put ads on, like network ads and stuff, for a while to kill some time, but it was just nothing. So everyone was just kind of sitting around going, well, this is not a pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, I don't know what happened there. So
no.
And I'm guessing there was no like panel at the start of the show,
no,
or anything like that when you watched it back.
No, it just starts straight from the start. So it was like an old school thing. So I don't know what they did. I don't know why they advertised. Maybe they were going to have a pre-show, but didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway, the pie guy. If you watch it back, you'll see him. If you watch the pay-per-view back, you'll see him in the front row, but you don't see the stuff before it. But he was going absolutely mental, and yeah, he got to the point where kids, and I'm talking like little kids, like probably 6 or 7.
Yes,
they come up on the screen, and like 70,000 people booed them.
Well, that's just my.
It's ruthless.
Savage.
We wanted the pie guy to win because he had 3 pies. He went and bought 3. And took his shirt off and was like head banging with pies, and he had one in his mouth, and he deserved to win. He deserved to win it.
He did. He went all out.
He went all out, and all the other people just had a pie and was like kind of waving and stuff like that.
Yeah. Speaking of all out, I think we should talk about AEW a little bit.
Oh my god, the first time ever?
Yeah, I still have not got around to watching one of their shows yet. Mm-hmm. But I'm starting to think that I may not get around to watching one of their shows. Mm-hmm. I think they're starting to be little crybabies.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this. Yes, I
agree. So NXT is going to be on Fox on Wednesdays.
Yep. Yeah.
And there's this big thing like, oh yeah, I'm surprised they're doing that, even though AEW is on a Wednesday. It's always been on a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's been always.
NXT's always been on a Wednesday.
It's always been on a Wednesday.
Calm down with your conspiracy theories.
Yeah, it's just moving to a TV station.
Yes.
And is it a response to them? Maybe it is. Maybe
it is. Maybe it's like, okay, you guys are going to do what you've done. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll give you direct competition with one of our best shows.
Yeah, that's it.
And honestly, they kind of deserve it. In some ways, they do. I mean, you've gone out of your way to antagonize WWE. Do you expect them not to respond?
That's it.
I mean, let's see the sledgehammer to the chair, Dean Ambrose John Moxley saying what he has said over the past couple months. Oh, and Chris Jericho on his podcast basically spoiling pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And yet recently he had an interview and he said that, AEW is not in competition. We're doing our own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they do one thing, and then as soon as something gets said or done, they back out of it and say, "Oh, we didn't."
Yeah, it's just for Chris, for Jericho, it's complete utter hypocrisy because what he's been doing has been antagonizing WWE while on his podcast, saying what's going to happen on the shows and doing this spoiler stuff. I'm to do spoiler in quotations. But how are you not being? You say that you're not going to be competition, like you're not trying to compete with WWE, but you blatantly going out of the way to antagonize. It comes across as you're saying one thing and doing another.
Yeah, the other thing is too, though, maybe they're trying to come across that way so they seem cool.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I get that. I do think that is what they're doing. They're trying to be the new rebel kids in the wrestling industry.
Yeah.
But honestly, and a lot of people are like, yeah about it. But I'll say this. Most of it has been cringy as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, the sledgehammer, the first shot, basically, the sledgehammer to the chair, to the throne. That was so cringy.
It was a bit.
That was a cringy moment. And they put it on a T-shirt.
I know, the T-shirt.
What?
The T-shirt.
What? Okay. Okay, whatever. But it just seems like anything that WWE is doing, either with NXT or any of its main shows, like NXT UK, supposedly the next NXT Takeover UK is going to be competing with a live show that they're going to have their first world title.
Yeah, it's their next big event.
And it's like, that's just like. It's like all this conspiracy type nonsense. Like maybe they could be 100% correct, but did you not expect some kind of response? Did you not watch professional wrestling in WWF in the Attitude Era when WCW fired shots?
Yeah, of course they're going to fight
I mean,
back.
if you were expecting them to say no, we're not going to say nothing. You're blind. You're blind as.
That's it. The thing
I have all the respect for Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks, but you got to think logically.
Yeah, that's it. They just make a noise, and then when someone takes notice of them making noise, they kind of try to back down from it. But
it's like a little kid that wants to start a fight and then gets into a fight and then backs off.
That's it. That's pretty much it. That's the way it's coming across. But the thing is, I don't like about it. It's fair enough. They want to do their own thing. That's cool. But why do they have to bash not just the company that they're going up against, but the fans that watch it?
They do.
So I don't get it. Yeah, Jericho said that. What's some of the words that he said before? The brain dead fans, that kind of stuff. Like the zombies that just tune in every week to watch. You're trying to get us to watch a show. Why are you insulting us? Because at the end of the day, and no matter what anyone says, everyone watches WWE, and they always will. I don't watch that because it's cringy. Yeah, they tune in to watch Mania. They might not.
Yeah, of course they do. They say, "Oh, I can't watch Raw because it's so cringy." The next tweet that they do, "Oh, this is terrible. How can they do this?" It's like, dude, how could you wait? But you said you're not watching it. Yeah. How do you know what's happening?
So when people start bashing people for watching what they watch, I don't know. I find that just disrespectful and rude.
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to be rebels again. They're trying to do the whole rebel thing, but it's coming across as being, dicks.
See, the thing, I used to love Dean Ambrose. I used to love his stuff. It was the best. And Jericho too. But I've just kind of gone down my books a bit because the way I see it too, it's like some people might see that as like being a little sort of like, oh, it's because they've left, you don't like them anymore. But it's not that. It's because of what they said. And like, if you look at it this way, they're bashing the thing that I watch every week. That thing that I enjoy every week. Like without fail, I watch everything I can because I love it. If someone else did that to you, like outside of wrestling, saying you watch wrestling, it's shit. It's so stupid. Like, you're not going to go, oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's a fair point. You're going to say, fuck off. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Watch what I want to watch. And
exactly.
It's the same thing. It's like somebody else, like a friend, saying that what you watch is stupid. You shouldn't watch it anymore. Then I'm not going to really be their friend. So like the way I see it is like I don't dislike them. I still like Jericho and John. Yeah. But like. At the end of the day, though, like if you're going to bash what I like to watch, then why should I care about what you do?
Yeah, exactly. It just goes back to like we're just doing our own business. Well, then do your own business.
Yeah,
if that's what you're going to do, more power to you.
Yeah, that's it.
And more than likely, I'd probably come around and start watching it and see what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
But because you're doing this cringy rebel shit, that's honestly kind of nonsense, and then you're nothing more than a hypocrite because you say one thing and you're doing another.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, I'm not really going to support something like that. That's just my view.
Yeah.
I mean, if we take it back to gaming, recently Apex Legends had this DLC pack type thing,
mm-hmm.
and you got to spend around about $160 to get this new gear.
Jeez.
And after that, there's 2 pieces of gear you can't get.
Really?
That are only behind loot boxes,
and
they're going to be randomly generated. So you're going to be spending $200 on this gear set.
Yeah.
So I just leave the game.
Nah,
screw it. I'm not going to support something like that.
You can still play though.
I still play it, and I might re-download it. But I just felt I'm not supporting this, not in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, fair enough. That's each their own,
Mm-hmm. But by that standard, I'm not boycotting it. I haven't played it. I played it once.
I played it.
I played it once, so I don't really consider it a boycott. It's just I'm not interested in supporting that. So, and I haven't played it, so it's like delete.
Yeah, to be honest, I've only still got it there because my nephew plays it when he comes over to.
Yeah, how's he going with it anyway?
Yeah, he's doing alright, I think.
Yeah.
He hasn't played it for a while, to be honest. He's been doing other things. So.
Yeah. Huh?
But, gaming-wise, let's talk about gaming for a bit, because it's been heavily saturated of wrestling from start
always
to finish.
is. Always is.
We'll talk about sets on a different day, because...
Yeah, of course. That is a big topic to really talk about, surprisingly.
Yeah. I'm going to get triggered.
I might get you going on a rant.
You are.
Well, I can't really talk too much about other games because I've recently put, about 65 to about 70 hours into Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Jeez, man.
That is a good game. It is a really good game. I think, but I'll be fair to people who are listening to this. I'm not going to say go out and play this game. Well, you should. It is a good game. But I think some of my own interests is also the reasons why I kind of enjoy it. It's Greek mythology. There's a little bit of Greek mythology in here, so it's really kind of interesting going up against Medusa and what was it? The Minotaur and Cyclopses, and it's like, oh my god, this is fun.
Yeah.
So but I have I really enjoyed the Greek mythology and talks of Heracles and stuff like that. So it's made it more interesting for me.
Yeah.
I would say it's almost up there with Skyrim as an RPG.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's big words.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. Jeez. I've been playing WWE 2K because I'm a little wrestling nerd.
Yep.
That's pretty much all I've been playing at the moment.
Yeah, I saw that you were on there. I was like, I might go back on there, and all I did was movesets.
Oh, fucking...
That's my thing. That's my thing, man. I edit movesets on WWE games, and I upload them for people to download.
And you don't play the game?
And then I don't play the game.
You haven't even finished My Career yet?
No, I have not. I haven't finished My Career ever. Ever.
No, you should finish them.
I know this one's supposed to be really interesting and different things with Bray Wyatt and all that. I've seen the trailers. I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, fair enough.
But no, that's what I do. I do the movesets because you always got to do the movesets.
Yeah.
Roman does not do the moves that he's got in the game, so I've changed them, and so he's got the correct moveset.
Cool.
Same with Cena. It's kind of weird. I actually can do. Cena's moveset is really easy to do. I know he doesn't have that many moves.
I was going to say he doesn't have that many moves. But
I do remember some moves that he did at least once or twice in the past, and that's why I usually give him.
Yeah, fair enough. Game Pass has been adding a lot of games on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games, like at least three, two. I want to say 2 or 3 every other day.
Yeah, really.
They've been adding a lot.
I have to look then.
Yeah, they've been adding a lot. I started playing Forza Motorsport 6 because I never played it. I know 7's out. but I never played 6. I
Yeah.
kind of missed it. I played 5 and I didn't play 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, Forza Motorsport 6 is on there. Might as well play it. You know, it's a free game. Might as well play it.
Why not?
Exactly. I'm paying $11 Australian a month for it.
Yep.
So I might as well download games and play them, because otherwise I'm sitting there not downloading games and waiting for the game that I want, kind of thing, and then not getting my money's worth. So
yeah,
I'm going to try.
Honestly, both of us need to get around to actually getting the Ultimate Game Pass.
Yeah, but
well, I know I do, because I've got
too.
gold as well, and I'm currently spending $22 a month.
No, the thing is, I got given gold as a birthday. No, I don't know. I got given gold for some reason. Someone bought me like a 6-month gold thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got gold already prepaid for another 2 months.
Yeah.
So there's no point for me yet. I might look into it once that runs out. But I've got prepaid gold, so I think I've got another month or 2 left on it. So yeah, there's no point for me yet. But I probably will do it, because I only pay $1 more, and I get gold as well. That if anyone has, PC, that I can be like, yo, here's my login, go for it, play games. Why not? Might as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check that, see what new games are available. There's
a lot on there. I think a lot of people that have Game Pass look at it and go, oh yeah, I wouldn't play that. But if you go on there and just go, you know what, I'm going to download this, and just randomly download a game, I guarantee you put at least a couple hours in.
Yeah.
And which means, like, you're at least getting your money's worth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you have Netflix that only watch one show, you know, like, I only have Netflix for one show, then you're not going to get your money's worth.
I will say with subscriptions like that, you forget. You honestly forget, oh, wait, I've got Netflix, don't I?
No, that's just you. Because I don't forget I've got Netflix.
Because I've also got Netflix and I've got Stan. I haven't watched either in 2-3 months.
That's just you. Because I swear people don't forget they've got Netflix.
I completely forget about the subscriptions that I've got. I'm like, oh yeah, I do, don't I? I'll watch that. Yeah. I still got to watch Glow season 2. I know they're doing a season 3, but
no, they're not doing it. It's out already.
No, it's out already. Yeah, that's it.
Started watching it today. Actually.
Oh, okay.
3 episodes today I watched.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, but at the moment, I don't know. I'm on the fence with if it's better than the other ones. I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't watched it, or anyone else that hasn't watched it. But no, it's good. I think Glow is probably one of my favorite things that's come out of Netflix. I think I really enjoy it. The first season I binge watched in one night.
Yeah.
I know you did the same, but you didn't watch the last one.
The last episode, then I waited. I was like, I'm going to watch it tomorrow. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you didn't watch it.
It took me a couple of weeks.
No,
was it months?
Was it months? It was like 3 months. It took you 3 months to watch it. You watched all of them one night, and then you left with the last one thinking, I'm tired now. I'm going to keep it so when I'm awake, I'm going to watch it. And it took you months to finally get around to finish.
Yeah, that show was the season 1 was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Season 2 was better.
Really? Okay, I'm going to have to watch it.
But then, so far, season 3 episodes in, I'm trying to figure out if it's better than it's hard to say because I'm only 3 in, and there's 10 episodes. So.
I mean, there's a lot of shows on there that I really should get around to watching. Yes. I mean, there's Gotham, Stranger Things. I've got to get around to watching Gotham again. It's a good show. I just lost. I don't know if I lost interest or just getting around to getting to it. I mean, I lost complete interest in Walking Dead. Once they introduced, like, the governor was on his own, I was like, well, this is boring. I'm not watching it anymore. I got bored. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I watched it all the way from the start. I think I was about, I don't even know what season I got up to. But it got to a point where I'm just like, oh, this is kind of boring now. And I just stopped. I know people that still watch it, like, religiously. But, like, yeah. That and Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I know. There's a few people that watch that religiously. I mean, oh my! But I don't know. I just doesn't really interest me that much. Maybe if I actually watched it, sat down and properly watched it, and might.
To be fair, I actually did watch the last season because my girlfriend was watching it. And when she watches it, it's like on, and it's like, well, it's
this on, is what we are watching.
Yeah, it's on, so it's on. So like. you know, I kind of did watch the last one, and to be fair, I did enjoy it. The ending was a bit iffy, but I did enjoy it. I didn't watch the first ones really because she watched it in her own time, so I didn't really see it. But yeah, no, it was good. I enjoyed the last one, and I didn't really watch the first. But I kind of knew what was going on because I just say to her, "Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?"
It's like, stop it! That's enough. Try to watch it.
Why are they doing that? Like, why are they? Yeah, that's what I was doing. The whole time.
What's this? What is that?
Yeah.
Why are they doing this?
I always do it. I do it to her. I do it to anyone. If someone's watching a show and I come in halfway through, I'll just start asking, "Who's that?
Jesus.
Why are they doing that?" That's what I do.
There's a few. I mean, like I still got to get around to watching that the anime Castlevania and see what that's like. Because that was supposedly really good as well.
There's a show on Netflix called Final Space.
Yeah.
You have to watch it. It's
really?
funny.
Yeah.
It's an animated show. I won't say it's anime, but it's an animated show. It's just really funny. It's kind of like your and my humor.
Oh, okay.
I think you'd like it. And another one you have to watch is F is for Family.
Yeah, I've seen ads for that. Yeah,
that's your humor too.
I wanted to get around to watching that because there's that. Can't remember his name, but that comedian is the father in the show. He does the voice of the father. Yeah.
It's a good show. It's really funny, and like I'm waiting for more. But if you haven't watched it, anyone out there, F is for Family is really good, and then Final Space is really good as well. But they're both different shows, like different kind of humor, but kind of the same. But yeah, what else was there? I was just something else. Rocco's Modern Life. Yeah, it made a comeback. It's a 45-minute TV movie type.
I have heard.
Yeah. So I watched
as
that. Because
some people have claimed, Rocco gets woke or some nonsense.
Yeah, Rocco gets woke. He kind of does. If I don't know, was Rocco's Modern Life a thing in the US?
I would assume so. It was a Nickelodeon show, so I would say so.
Yeah, but it was an Australian one though. It was Australian produced as well. So I don't know if it was a thing.
I think it is a thing in the US because I have seen a lot of people who are on Twitter and on YouTube talking about it.
Yeah, maybe.
So I think it was a worldwide, international type thing.
Well, anyway, I watched it and it was pretty good. It was self aware that it was what it was because I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like it was self aware. It was good, but it wasn't
I think it's always been. That's the type of show that used to always be self aware and almost poke fun at society type stuff. And there was a lot of adult humor in that bloody thing.
Oh, there was.
It's like completely went over our heads when we were kids.
Yeah, of course. But it was good if you did watch it growing up or whatever. I would recommend it because it was pretty cool.
I mean,
to watch.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a watch, see what it's like. I used to watch it all the time as a kid, so
yeah. I think it's one of those things though. You put the rose-colored glasses back on, and it's cool. And then when you take them off again, you think actually that wasn't as good as what I thought.
No, well, it goes back to when I used to watch as a kid. I watched Mortal Kombat Annihilation and thought that was a good movie. Yeah. And I realized, no, that's not a good movie. That's a terrible movie.
It's a terrible movie.
Which is weird because I remember watching Batman and Robin. I watched it like once or twice because it was Batman. But realizing that's a bad movie. Even as a kid, I knew that was a bad movie, but not Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
No.
What?
Weird, that. It's weird, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's weird. So I went back and watched the original Turtles movie, the Ninja Turtles movie, and that still holds up, man. Yeah, I'm not surprised that still holds up. It still holds up. Like, it's really good still today.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how that movie, because, I mean, that movie is more based on the comic than it was the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more like adult rated, or not adult rated, but just a little bit more, I can't really say edgy, maybe edgy. Maybe, I mean, it definitely wasn't as edgy as the comics.
No.
Because, I mean, Jesus.
If you know, you know.
But, no, it was, I mean, even the word damn in a movie like that, and people lost their minds.
Yeah. That's it.
But, like recently, there's what is it, a Gamescom on at the moment, so we're going to see a fair few trailers soon.
Yay! I love fucking. I love watching trailers. Like game trailers, I love it.
That Control looks really good.
It does, man. Control.
That looks really good.
I've been saying for months. That Control looks like it's going to be a sick game.
Yeah, it does. It looks really good.
Control looks really really cool.
Oh, and finally, some more news about Streets of Rage 4, which I've been waiting for forever. New character.
Finally.
Got a new character. So at least there's something. Something. I just know it's coming out.
Character is?
Yeah, it's Cherry Hunter. It's supposed to be Adam Hunter's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Which is it's a cool concept for a character because she wanted to be a cop. From what I've read, she wanted to be a cop, but then joined a progressive rock band. And she actually holds the guitar as she's fighting, and she's got like a special move where she strings the guitar and attacks everyone around her. It actually looks really good. I'm like, yes. That's also sort of rose-tinted glasses too, because I used to love Streets of Rage.
Yeah. That's it.
3 was kind of, went downhill, but 2 was like one of the best beat-em-up games ever made.
Ooh, ever made.
Ever made.
That's them fighting words there.
Yeah, the only people that have that are people who like Final Fight. And that's fine. I actually enjoy Final Fight. I think Streets of Rage is a little bit better.
Ooh, go for the throat. Finish him off.
I mean, Sega's been holding on to this franchise for ages, and they finally do something. They finally did something.
Yeah, finally.
I mean, I think they're learning from Sonic Mania that hey, our old franchises, if we give them to people who kind of have an understanding on how these games should be played and all should work and all that, they actually do really well. Like Sonic Mania was good.
Sonic Mania was good actually. I never finished it though.
I finished it in the context of I got from start to finish, but I haven't got all the emeralds.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So I haven't turned Sonic into Super Sonic.
Super Sonic. Super Sonic. Well, I think that's about it for today. I think that's about it.
A lot of wrestling and a little bit of gaming, maybe a little bit more than usual.
Yeah. We've got to start steering it away. Otherwise, we've got to change the name of the podcast.
Yeah, well, Aussies take on everything. No, we take on wrestling and a little bit of gaming.
A tiny little bit of gaming. So sorry to those people again that don't want to listen to the wrestling stuff and only want to listen to gaming.
Well, what we'll do sometime soon is we'll do a episode dedicated just on gaming.
Yes, we will do that. And I think from now on we will try. I'm not going to promise because you promised a random fact of the week and didn't deliver. So I'm not going to promise it just in case it doesn't happen.
Yeah, okay. I'll try.
We'll try to do that, and we will try to put gaming first. That way we can talk about wrestling at the end, and if people don't want to listen to the whole thing and only want to listen to the gaming, they don't have to wait the whole way through or sit there skipping trying to find it.
Wrestling.
It was literally, I'm looking at the recording right now, it was literally 45 minutes of wrestling before we even got to anything else.
Well, that's still about 20-odd minutes of gaming at least.
Yeah, but we started talking about the Switch, and then we went back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, we went back to the sets.
Yeah. So it's like, okay. So sorry for those people. I'm going to try to put gaming first. So if you don't want to listen to the wrestling stuff, because I know not everyone does, then we'll put the wrestling stuff at the end. So if you want to, you can skip. If you want to, you can skip to the end.
We can't also alienate our wrestling fans as well. There's a lot of wrestling fans that listen to us for the wrestling, so that's why we talk about wrestling. Especially it's like one of our main interests and our main points of knowledge, I guess you could say.
It is, but at the same time, I think most of the people that listen to our wrestling stuff are gamers. And if you are not, then I'm sorry. And you can at us at ATOE podcast on Twitter. Please,
we are on Twitter. We are on Facebook.
Tweet us and saying that K-Dog knows nothing about what he's talking about. Give him some hell for not doing the random fact. Yeah.
Oh dear. Now with us going forward talking about gaming, that does not mean that we cannot talk about video games that are wrestling games.
That's fine.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah. But speaking of Twitter and socials and stuff, Then you've got a major announcement.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's kind of a major announcement.
It is a major announcement.
Okay, so we'll be uploading very soon episode 2 and episode 3 of the podcast onto YouTube.
Yes.
So that should be, give us more areas so people can have a listen to what we have to say. Currently, it's just going to be put on my old YouTube channel. You can pretty much ignore those videos. Please ignore those videos. Some of them are pretty cringy and pretty old. So
please, if you do go there, please.
With that said, I do feel that there is one video that I did make that is still relevant today, which is kind of depressing.
Mm-hmm.
The whole violence in video games causing violence in society. But anyway.
Yes.
I'll be on my YouTube channel until we actually establish our own YouTube channel, which we will eventually be doing somewhere down the lines. So just look out for that.
What is your YouTube channel? So
Kuipers412. Actually, no, it's just Kuipers. Kuipers.
Yeah, it's Kuipers.
So look out for that.
This episode will be going up there too.
Yes, this episode.
Every episode from now on. So if you want to listen to these through YouTube rather than through like a podcast app or whatever you listen to it through, there's that option is going to be there as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be there for now. We will be making a dedicated channel for it, but at the moment we're just going to chuck them up there for now to get some legs behind it before we move it across to a new thing, because we don't want to spend the time making a channel if it's not going to get used.
And don't worry, we're not going to start talking about audible.com either as soon as we get onto YouTube. It's all good.
If they want to pay me, I will talk about anything.
What is it? It's like audible.com is one. What's another one that a lot of YouTubers...
No. We don't want to give them free publicity here. Unless they pay, we're not talking about it. But I will talk about anything, any brand out there that's listening. Mm-hmm. We will talk about it.
If it's a good brand.
No. We'll just promote.
You can promote then.
Yeah, I'll promote. If they want to give me either A, products, or B, cash, I'm down. I don't care if it's things I don't even want. If I can get free stuff, I'm going to get free stuff. If I get free stuff and stuff I don't want, then we can do giveaways.
Yeah, true. That is true.
Yeah.
Look out for a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway soon. Maybe we get sponsored.
We could actually do a giveaway at some point.
Yeah.
There is some cool things in the works, maybe, potentially, that we might be able to give away. I'm not going to give away what they are, but we might do a giveaway of the items.
That is more likely to happen if you share this with your friends, just even word of mouth, tell your mates about this podcast where two idiots just talk about professional wrestling and a little bit of gaming, even though their Aussies take on everything. That's the joke, I guess.
That is the joke, isn't it, really? We talk about everything. We only talk about two things. That's it.
You're ruining our gimmick.
It's kayfabe, man. Kayfabe. It's done.
I'm doing the work here. I'm doing the work.
That's it. All right, guys. Take it easy.
All right. See you guys.
Check out the YouTube channel. Check out the Twitter. There is a Facebook. Just search the Facebook because I don't know what it is. I don't run that. I run the Twitter. So if you want to tweet me, then that's cool. At ATOE Podcast on Twitter. Cool, guys. All right. Thanks for listening. And check us out on YouTube.
Okay. Bye.